Hello, my name is Gabriel Jimenez Guzman, and tonight I want to share my analysis and comparison about and contrasting the article, the economy of trading, the trading um, with two um, with two video that we watch it in the class, but I will give my personal opinion, and I'm sure five new words that I learned in the process, right? In comparison and contrast, I am the article that tells the history of the student who face the temptation to copy an answer key, right? And even though no one um, will have discovered he discovered it sorry he um, decide no to the chat thinking about the possible consequence and the consequence and the efforts his family had made to support um, and support him um, in his students. Sorry, uh, in the end, he felt proud of action and honestly. Sorry, and acting honestly. In the contrast, the first video showed that the many student, right, and the many student consider it trading normal that they view it is a shortcuts. Yes, to survive in the school, and say that the gray matter and more than ethic. Yes, they also mention that only a players player also player is very common. The many teachers do not notice. Is this reflects yes, reflects how academic pressure and easy access into information include include influence to information. Sorry, information and influence the student decision. Yes, in the in the second video, the teacher shared her perspective. She explained how difficult it is to defect and when the student use artificial intelligence, to complete assignments. She records a case that um, so is that she records a case where could a student could explain her outward, right? The raising and supposition that the teacher the teacher concludes that the best way to prevent an academic, right, this honestly, yes, um is not designed task with with a step, sorry, and check that the student cannot faithfully pronounce and real and meaningful learning. About my personal opinion, well, I my many students, right? Many students resort to trading because of purpose um resort. Sorry, my personal opinion. Um, many students resort to sharing because of purpose and fear of failing or exhausting. However, shading does not conclude that contribute to the real learning can have sorry can have a negative consequence. I believe that the teachers should implement more practical assignment with the continuing follow up um, as suggested and by the teacher in the second video. But this is not only prevents and sharing, but also strengthens learning, and he developed of the authentic skill about a new word that I can learn in the process. I learned the first one was a temptation. The second one was shortcuts. And the other was plagiarism. The last one was overwhelm. Over I can't say very well. The pronunciation is like overwhelm. I don't know. It's all for me, and thank you. See you to the next class, Professor. Bye.